So we're following Team 6, the leaders in the race. And they're about to swim soon, it looks like, but we touched down in the studio also because we have the British team here. So I say welcome to Rian Roxburgh, Chris Goodfellow, Gaz Roberts and Mike Alexander. Welcome. And I don't know how to sum this up. I would say big smile, big trouble. What do you say?
That's, yeah, pretty fair.
How was this?
Yeah, it kind of didn't start great. Kind of things went sideways to start with, and I think we kind of lost our composure a little bit. Then tried to kind of get things back, and things made a few bad choices. I think after that we were playing catch up, and things kind of towards the end of the first day started to get a bit like just tough, but then finally we managed to pick ourselves back up again. Me and we had a bit of a low patch, and then actually by the time we got deep into the night, we actually felt like we were moving pretty well and having a pretty good time, and that vibe kind of built throughout the night, and the second day was pretty good, despite having had a bad start.
Yeah, you mentioned the bad start there, and we can have a look at the route replay here. In the very beginning, this is at Arholm, and there was a time when I was a bit worried that you wouldn't come off that island at all.
Yeah, me too.
Here's a replay of the route. So you can try to put words on this. What happened?
We were obviously just trying to, squeeze in a little bit more of our homer before we left and started the actual race. I mean, to be fair, that's on me. I think when we started the race, it was a little bit like, rabbit in the headlights, and we just shot off too quick. And then we pretty much got close to the first checkpoint, but completely missed it, and then started questioning our choices. So, yeah, unfortunate, as Chris said. We were playing catch up, but awesome race. There it is. Yeah, loved it.
Yeah, Rian, it seemed that you wanted to add something.
No, no. I'm just looking at the route there, though, that we actually went really very close to that number one.
Yeah.
And we were 10 metres away, I think. If we'd looked in the right direction, we would have seen it. We were looking, but if we'd gone 10 metres further, we would have seen it. But then we questioned, it's not there, and kind of thought maybe we missed it, and then.
Yeah. But how did you miss it? Was it behind bushes, or was it?
We just looked and we couldn't see it. It was just.
I think it was
a good
panic. It was panic, we rushed. If we'd have taken probably 5 seconds to have looked a little bit closer, we got to the bench. If we'd have looked right, we would have seen it. Appreciate that Thomas showed us earlier on in the morning, and Stefan, how big that particular one was. And I think, I was looking for the big one, but
okay,
it wasn't there.
Yeah, and you no, it wasn't. And you mentioned panic. I mean, what happens mentally when you see the other teams move away and they're quicker and they're?
I mean, obviously we could have followed someone. That could have been the easy choice, but we wanted to take the hard choice and try and do it ourselves. But yeah, no, you do. Everyone just shot off. We'd been warned about it, but obviously, as one water race first timers, it was a new experience for us.
Yeah. And we can keep looking at the replay of the route choices, because you did actually eventually leave Arholma, which was good. And then what could be said about the first day? How was it?
First day, it was great. Not as good as the first night, to be honest. So we were playing catch up a little bit, and we were strong swimmers. So we went for a big swim. A couple of big swims, but the biggest one was 4.5k with some rough wind conditions, which was quite cold for the team, but they pushed on through and smashed it out. They were pretty cold after that, and then just cracked on. I think made some, pretty much navved it all day pretty well. And the team a little bit low. There's a bit of kind of, we're at the back here, but it came good in the first night. That's when we started, I think, about 2 a.m. first night. They pulled themselves together. Well, we did, and here we are.
Yeah.
We could have carried on, but we kind of ran out of time a bit.
Yeah, and when you came down to the fourth checkpoint, you had this forking, the two different options, 5A and 5B. Was that a discussion among you, which one to choose, or how did it go?
It was a quick. We all just said, well, yeah, 5B looks quicker. So it was quite obvious, I think. Yeah, it was easy.
But also less swimming on the 5B, so we could do a bit of island hopping and not be in the water for so long, expecting it to be really cold.
Yeah.
So we wanted to avoid that.
Yeah.
It was cold out there for sure. That 4K swim we did was absolutely freezing. But
Yeah, that kind of changed how we approached the rest of the time, because we were like, okay, we've got to be careful about temperature. So that was a big choice in why we went with the option we did at that point.
Yeah, and could you try to put even more words on that? How was it? How did you experience that with all the transition and the cold? And
No, well, just in that one swim. It was a 4K swim, and the waves got pretty big, and that took a lot longer than we wanted because of the waves, and we were being pulled apart. And after that, I was wearing pretty much most of the neoprene I had, and I was really cold. Even after that, I wasn't too cold, but I was really cold, and I was like, okay, we've got to be really careful after that.
I don't know if you heard the studio maybe an hour ago or so. We had quite a big talk about teamwork and communication. Did you hear it? Because when I was watching your team, it seemed that you stayed happy, tried to communicate, big smiles, as I said before.
Definitely.
What's the secret? How do you manage to do that? I mean, when conditions are like they are, and you're obviously not in the lead.
I think you need a bit of humour. This is a tough race, and I don't think we realise how tough it is. But it is such a tough race, and I think if you can add a bit of humour, pick the team up. There were some low points for sure, but we got through it, and sometimes humour just helps.
Who's got the best humour in the team?
That would be me.
Of course, yeah. What do you do to stay positive?
Just enjoy where you are, really, and enjoy each other's company. I mean, these guys, it's first British team, and one thing I wanted to be a part of was a team that could get on and enjoy each other's company, and that's something we do. We weren't the fastest, but we keep going and have a laugh. So yeah, it's good fun.
Rachel, do you want to say anything? No?
Do I want to say that? I did want to say something, but I just forgot what it was.
Okay, well, I'll say something and then you
Okay.
can catch up. I think for me, the reason I stay positive is, like I always want to put in the best performance I can, but I just go into a race saying I want to get the most out of this race, put the most effort in and the best out of the team. And okay, things didn't go well, but we put in the biggest effort, and that's all that counts in my eyes. If you put your heart out there and you support each other, it doesn't go your way, but put it all out there, and that's why I love racing with these guys and other teams. You just get the most out of each other, and so the result isn't always everything, and so that's what helps me stay positive.
And I think we showed typical British resilience. Just get on with it. We got some nav mistakes wrong, but we came together, we fixed it, and we just got on with it. I can imagine there was a few laughs. I've had a few texts come through from friends and family joking about the first sort of hour, but live and learn.
Yeah, you've got all reason to be proud of yourself.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It's a
Very
very
much so.
humbling experience.
Yeah, and talking about what you had planned before and all what you had imagined this would be before, you had a race plan, obviously. Yeah. Did you stick to that one, or was it modified along the way? Or?
Well, I think food was modified along the way. I'm taking back about 15 kilos of food that I brought out with me, so would need to look at that. And to my wife, I'm not doing this again.
Oh, really? Have you decided that already?
Probably.
Yeah, okay,
yeah.
So there's a small opening there.
Yeah, definitely.
Too soon.
Always got to have an opening.
Yeah. What do you other feel about doing this again?
I would love to.
You would love to?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Because
the people, the place, it's just, it's just something special. That's for me. I can't really put it into words. Like, you feel it when you see Thomas doing the speech. You know, everybody's connected and everybody's in it together. I think that's kind of why it's hard to describe. It's just a feeling you get when the atmosphere of the place and the people, and it's such a big thing. But it's pretty cool to be part of. So,
but if you would do it again, would you do a lot of things different on beforehand, or would you just wish for more luck? Or
no, I think there's a few things I would have thought about better in terms of kit. When I would have chosen possibly a few different kit choices. Not so much kit. Well, when I would wear certain things, and maybe carrying more stuff in between, like when we were running and didn't have much stuff. But what would I do differently? I would probably make sure that I had experienced the navigation, like I actually properly did some orienteering, or actually seriously learned and went out here and did some proper orienteering out here with the team. That's probably would be and experienced it for days rather than just a bit here and there back in the UK.
And Rian?
I think we learned quite a lot over the course of the 29 hours. One of the things that I would work on is the transitions, because we were really slow on those. Like we were in it for a good time, I think, rather than racing. When we look at the other teams and how serious they are about going fast, we were thinking, well, it's, we have to keep it cool or whatever. But our transitions were quite slow, so I think that's where I would work on mainly. But yeah, certainly orienteering practice, adjusting to the cold as well a little bit. We did pretty well in the end. We made sure we had the right suits on for the longer swims, and actually we dealt with it quite quite fine. But thinking further ahead, for example, if we did manage to finish the race or go for the 50 odd hours, I think you'd need to think about more equipment, or making sure that you are going to be able to sustain that throughout the race. Yeah,
and if you look at the split screen, the left one there is Team 6. When you look at how far down south in the archipelago they are right now.
Superhuman.
Yeah, what do you say?
No, it's superhuman. They're aliens. Obviously, they all live out here. Training out here makes it a lot easier. Obviously the champions are back and putting in a serious time again. They're just a slick unit that continues to define one water race.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. And there's quite a lot of subtleties in the race that you don't experience in other races. One I'm thinking of is the boat pulls up, the boat kind of logistics of where you get in and out of the boat. Yeah. You can't always get in and out where you'd like to. So there's some kind of geographical subtleties which we've learned about.
So that you are more experienced now. So next year when you come, you have more experience.
I'll have to ask Alex about that one.
No, I'm not going to push you. But it was very nice having you here, and it was very nice to follow you also. Always with a big smile, and you did great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Back to the race.